Hello everyone! Welcome back to the channel. It's been a little while, but to be honest, with the kid at home and constantly getting sick, I've just been unable to record. She has been wide awake in the morning. She's not letting me have any time to myself. She's not taking naps. So it's been difficult, but right now she's still asleep. So we're gonna get a video out. And no doubt, as you've noticed, I'm not behind the camera this time. Honestly, I'm tired, I don't feel good, and I'm going to stay in some pajamas today. So we're going a little bit back in the past where I used to do it like this. But today is an interesting day and it's making me a little sad. I am going to open up my very last Paletteful Packs box. Last month we opened up my last Art Snacks because Art Snacks as a monthly subscription was ending. And I decided that if I was going to lose Art Snacks, I think it's time to say goodbye to Paletteful Packs as well. Hello, Miss Misha. Misha, say hi. Oh, she's a good kitty. They've been on my desk like nobody's business while I've been not recording, so they're like, it's my desk now. I get to sit on it. So I guess we're hanging out with Miss Misha today. But yeah, I decided to cancel Paletteful Packs, and that is because I have a lot of art supplies, let's be honest, you've seen them. And because I have so many, I feel like if I'm going to try something new, I'm just going to go ahead and try that new thing if I find it. Like if Paletteful Packs shows it in the future, I'll just get it then. And that is mostly because it's just, I have too much. And as much as I love getting surprised every month, I can put that money towards some other things that we desperately need to do. So at the end of this and kind of in between, I have some questions that I was going to answer during the studio tour, but honestly that video was long enough that I didn't want to slog it down anymore, so I'm going to answer them here for you guys at the end. So that's something to look forward to. But I say let's open up this box with Miss Misha. Hello, Miss Misha. She's just having a grand old time. I hope you don't mind. But yes, this is Misha. I'd say she's third. Hi, Ms. Misha. She's third on Studio Cat. Maybe she's second on Studio Cat. Rascal's definitely number one on Studio Cat. So, alright, Ms. Misha. I gotta open the box and see what's inside. I know you want to see what's inside too. Alright, let's see what we got from my very last one. Are you having a good time? You like it? Okay, let's bend this a little bit so it stays open. That's what you wanted. That's what you wanted. There you go. Alright, first things up, I see paper and... Oh no! No, this is such a good box, but no! I have these colors, don't I? I think I do. Oh no. Yeah, I know, you're having a good... I'm gonna have to check. These are core watercolors. The 6 set of earth colors. They are 6 5mm tubes. So they're very small, so it's not the worst thing to get a duplicate of, because I already have, I think, the set where they're really small. But I'm going to have to go grab my core palette and check, but I'm going to get everything out of the box first while Miss Misha plays with the paper. Here's some more paper. There you go. Let's go ahead and take out the paper. Ooh, that's a weird shape. Oh, I see brushes. Yay! I love brushes. This is a cold press watercolor paper. Acid free, but I'm not seeing cotton. And it's in such a weird shape, too. Ooh. Can't say I'm a fan of the texture, if I'm being 100% honest. It's a little too, it's a bit much for me. Even though I know it's cold press and you're supposed to be rough with cold press. It's a bit much for me. But that's just a personal preference. Let's go ahead and grab these 2 brushes. And honestly, I don't imagine much beyond this. So, these are the Robert Simmons Sapphire brushes. We got Long Point 1 and a Filbert 6. Some interesting choices. And we should have the sticker in here. There we go. Oh, that's a good one to end on. Look at that. This is Paletteful Packs Miche. Alright, I'm going to go grab my palette real quick. I'm going to let the cat have some fun with the paper, and I'm going to see if I actually have these colors. Did you have fun, Mish Mish? Alright, here's my core palette. And we're going to find out if I have these. Please tell me I don't. I'd really like to not. Okay. I gotta like pick at them because they're not in like the right order. Oh. I think I have some of them. I have transparent brown oxide. I'm like picking around. I don't think I have the Venetian red. No, I don't have Venetian red. I have sap green. I don't think I have the indigo. Hello, Miss Miche. And Bra Umber. Okay, so new to me is indigo, Venetian red, and Naples yellow. So that's honestly not terrible to hit through a 3 out of 3 that are good and new to me. So I'm actually very pleased about this box, and I'm excited to test out my core palette again. It's actually been a while. In fact, I have not done any traditional art the entire summer. I've been doing only digital art. You can go check out my website down below in the description box. It has a link to my website, and you can check out some of the digital designs I've been doing that I've really enjoyed doing. I'm getting better. I'm learning. Bye, Miss Miche. So I am getting better in learning, and I'm doing really good, but I definitely miss pencil to paper, paint to paper, or canvas. I definitely miss that very much. And kid goes back to school on the 14th, so a little less than a week by the time you guys see this video. So I'm very excited for that. Oh, Miss Miche left plenty of fur for us to look at. So all in all, for the rating of the last box, it's, you know what, overall it's pretty accurate description of kind of why I kind of stopped, and that is because not too happy on the paper. I'd rather just here, let's zoom in a little bit. Not too happy on the paper. It's not really my thing. When I do watercolor, I definitely prefer a 100% cotton paper, so that's kind of a miss. The paints, I have 3 already, but the other 3 I don't, which is really cool. And I always love getting brushes, but I'm pretty much set on my favorites, so it's like, yeah. But overall, I'm happy with it. It's a lovely box. To get a full set of core paints in Paletteful Packs is just, that's amazing, and I love it. So it's a good box to send off on. It clearly explains why I'm kind of stopping here and saying goodbye, which it is very sad for me to say goodbye, if I'm being honest. So, but let's go ahead and scoot this out of the way, and I will answer some questions for you. So we're gonna have I guess a blank void space here, because I don't know what else to put up here in this clearly very dark space now. Well, I guess you know what? I'll flash by some of my digital art while I'm talking. That sounds like a good idea. So going, I think, back from the oldest, I had a question about what's my favorite medium to use. And despite the fact that there's now digital art being displayed, Digital is not my favorite. In fact, it's my newest one that I've been working on. I did not like digital for the longest time. I thought it was a cop-out, it was a cheat. And I used to be a very bitter young girl because I thought it was killing traditional art, and I was a very angry teenager. But over the years, I've come around to it and really enjoyed it, and I'm glad I'm actually doing a little bit better. But it is not my favorite. My favorite oil paints is going to lean into the other question of what medium made me fall in love with art, and that answer to both of those is oil painting. I, like many other young children back in like the 90s and such, excuse me, watched Bob Ross if you had nothing better to do on TV and you didn't have cable, which I didn't have cable all the time, and on public television there was Bob Ross. I loved watching him paint. The fact that he could just come up with this beautiful landscape in 30 minutes and like so quickly and so nicely done, and it made me fall in love with art. I was like, this is amazing. I want to do this. And as soon as I could in high school, I followed the art track. I took all art classes I could except digital because I was an angry little kid. And I eventually took AP Art, Advanced Placement Arts, made up a portfolio. I got accepted to several schools, but I kind of floundered on loans and money, so I started with community college. But community college was basically like 2 years ago art, 2 years ago education, so I was learning stuff I had already learned in like the 10th grade. So it drove me crazy, and I dropped out, and then I tried to go to be an art teacher like my art teacher was. It was a nightmare. But I am college trained. I just didn't finish completely. But I do know a lot of advanced techniques and how to build yourself up from nothing and practice and stuff like that. So I do have a lot from college, but never technically finished, which is a bummer. And ever since then, when they said get oil paints for the class, I have been in love. And if I've taken a break from art, I'm at least thinking about art. So it's all about that oil paint love that got me into it, and I've never truly stopped doing art since then. So definitely oil paints. Which is, to no surprise, my favorite art piece ever made, which is another question. I'll try and get a picture of it up here about now. It's this sunset that I painted in actually acrylic, of all things. But it's this sunset piece I did for my father. And I didn't have the right color oil paints. I didn't really have a good stock of them at the time, but I just picked up a Liquitex Basics little set. So I figured I'd try it out, and I painted that sunset for him, and I've loved it ever since, because I think it's probably my best shot at acrylics I've ever done. And then lastly, for my last question, what is my favorite art to make? And that is a very tough question. And the reason that's so tough is because, excuse me, goodness, this morning, my voice is just like, nah, you don't feel good. You don't want to talk. But my favorite art to make can honestly vary from day to day and my circumstances. If I could just do whatever I want, not care, not have to worry about kids or cats or anything like that, it would probably be oil painting. But that said, I do have a soft spot for watercolor. I do a lot of watercolor because it's less mess. I can take breaks easier, because when I oil paint, I like to alla prima, finish in one shot. I don't like to come back to it if I don't have to. But yeah, so I've now got a soft spot for watercolor ever since I learned how to actually do it. My first shots at watercolor were with cheap watercolor and cheap paper and just all around cheap stuff, so it turned out looking kind of cheap. Occasionally I made it work. I'll show you a couple of that if I can. Um, but yeah, I actually made the cheap paints and paper work occasionally, but you can see some errors in my ways. It's kind of funny. Um, but yeah, and then now I'm really kind of loving digital art too, in its own way. And that is because I don't have to worry about anything. The kid can be home, the cats can be everywhere. I can only have 10 minutes to work on something, and it'll be right there waiting for me. And I really can appreciate that. It has been my savior this summer, and that is how I've been making a lot of my designs for merchandise. For upcoming conventions, which could be as soon as December, which is very exciting. Um, but if not, I have one for June, I have one for March. I'm trying to fill in with some other ones I can find. It all depends on acceptance. So maybe, hopefully, one of them picks me up. That'd be lovely. But yeah, those were the questions I received that I was supposed to answer during the studio tour, but I figured I'd tack it on to this video just because that one was so long. I'm very sad to see Paletteful Packs go, but like I said, we could use that money towards other things. I cut back on a few other things as well, sadly, and they're going towards merchandise, supplies, um, that sort of thing. So it's going to a good cause, I promise. And if you're actually interested, like I said, you can see kind of like a gallery of my digital art and some of my prints online at my websites. But all that's eventually going to be turned into merch. So if you're interested in any of the designs, do let me know. I'll kind of bump that up in the priority queue of when I order it. So that'll be fun. But I think that's about it. Thanks for joining me for this little Q&A thing at the end if you made it this far. I appreciate it. Yeah, just thanks for bearing with me for this summer. It's been particularly rough. I've been a little sporadic due to some illnesses and the child being home and just my inability to record. So I just want to say thank you to all of you for hanging around with me, sticking with me through this hard time. And as of next week, she's back in school. So I should be able to record back on my normal schedule of once a week, hopefully. So yeah, thank you very much. And I guess that about wraps things up. So we'll end it here. So take care, have a good one, and bye for now.